Question 3b, we're asked to simplify the following expression, which is a little longer than the last, but let's write it out bit by bit. We have 2x minus 7 all into 3x plus 2 minus x plus 4 into 2x minus 3. Since it's week 1, we'll continue to use our little arrow formalism to help us break these brackets. So, for the first product of brackets, we have arrow 1 acting here and arrow 2 acting there, arrow 3 acting here and arrow 4 acting there. 3 and 4. Similarly, for the next pair of brackets, we have x times 2x, x times minus 3. That will give us 5 and 6. And then we'll have arrows 7 and 8. Okay, let's write this out now. What do we get? So we're going to use big brackets here in order to isolate the first expansion. That's a wise thing to do given that we've somehow got a difference of two products of brackets. So if you ever see another example of this type, this is most likely a very convenient way to proceed. So arrow 1 is 2x times 3x, that overall gives us 6x squared. Arrow 2 is 2x times 2, which is plus 4x. Bracket 3 is minus 7 times 3x, overall that contributes negative 21x. And then finally, minus 7 times 2 in the fourth arrow will overall contribute minus 14. Now for the second product of brackets, I'll keep that minus sign there and I'll open a new pair of brackets and we'll expand using the arrows 5, 6, 7 and 8 and look to simplify afterwards. Okay, arrow 5, x times 2x, that overall contributes 2x squared. Then arrow 6, x times minus 3 is minus 3x. Arrow 7, 4 times 2x, that is 8x. And arrow 8 is plus 4 times minus 3, which overall contributes negative 12. Okay, now there's not much happening in this very first term in the big brackets. There's no factor pre-multiplying anything in the brackets, so we can simply drop the brackets. We get 6x squared minus, plus 4x minus 21x minus 14. However, in the second big bracket, we have a minus sign sitting on the outside. So that's equivalent to multiplying every term in the brackets by minus 1. So we need to keep track of our signs. So for the first term, we have minus 2x squared. For the second term, we have plus 3x, since it's minus 3x. For the fourth term, it's minus 8x. And then for the last term, we have plus 12, because it's minus 12. Now we could have been a bit smarter and we could have gathered like terms inside the big brackets before breaking things out. That might have saved us some time, but as I say in lectures, there's usually more than one way to get to the final answers, but what we've done looks okay, so we're okay to proceed by this method. Okay, now all we need to do is gather like terms in the usual fashion. In terms of x squared terms, we have 6x squared minus 2x. Overall, that is 4x squared. We'll scratch those out. Now for the x terms, there are a few more. There's 4 of those. So we have 4x minus 21x. Let's just do it term by term. Overall, that gives us minus 17x. And for the second lot, we have plus 3x minus 8x, that's overall minus 5x. So we'll scratch out all the terms in x. And then finally for the constants, minus 14 plus 12, that gives us minus 2. And to simplify for the very last line, nothing to change here for the x squared term. However, we have minus 17x minus 5. Overall, that is minus 22x. And the constant doesn't change either. And that is essentially the last line of the calculation.